Hi, folks. It's been a while since we did a YouTube video on one of our monthly newsletters, so it's time to kick out a few more of them. We're getting a lot of questions, so we want to address some of your questions. First of all, I have to apologize. I don't know, something's going on with my throat, so hopefully you won't need to hear me talk a lot here. Anyway, we get a lot of questions on signs that I do up in Oatman. You notice that I don't do a lot of the scalloping, that a lot of times I round the corners and put a bevel on my signs. This is an example of one. Here's an example of another. Now what we're getting questions on is how do I get that rounded corner? That's why we have this sander sitting in front of me. So I'm going to do it a couple different ways. First way, I'm going to do it on this sander real quick, and I'll just jump up and get into it. That way you can see how it goes. So all I'm going to do is turn this sander on. Are you good, Dad? You got it? So all I do really is I just move the board, keep it moving. Okay guys, Dad told me I was going way too fast, like I was in fast motion. So I'm going to slow down a little bit so you get a little bit better idea of how we get that on there. Alright, so the sanding that I did on the corners before, that was with that combination 6-inch disc and 48-inch, 48 by 6 belt. That's our preferred way to do that. There is another way that's a little bit more cumbersome, a little bit tougher to do if you don't have one of those disc sanders. This way I've done it this way sometimes up in Oatman when I had to cut off a board and I needed rounded corners. I've kind of makeshifted a way to do this up there. But again, if you only have one of the little belt sanders like this is another way that you can do it. You just have to be a little bit more careful as far as angles and that kind of stuff. So I'll just kind of get into doing that and show you how it works. So you want to be sure that you don't do this with your sander. You try and keep it very level to the edge of the board.
You want to show them how you've got that clamped onto the...
Yeah, all I did, guys, is I just use these little, I love these little quick clamps. You just have to make sure that the board, this is a piece of scrap, obviously. Make sure that the board is out far enough to where you can get all the way around with your sander on that. You could do just one corner at a time, obviously, but I like to do one end at a time. So that's all those are, is just these little quick clamps. You guys know what these are, I'm sure. And that works really well. So again, I guess to recap, we just, you don't have to sand these corners. Now honestly, I've also used these rounded corners when I scallop too, and that gives kind of a cool look. But most of the time up in Oatman, I do just just the chamfered or the beveled edges. Oh yeah, you want me to show that, Dad? Just one more little add-on. We're gonna wrap this up. But you know, we talk a lot about, you guys know I have my Oatman operation where I sell direct to the public. And originally, way back in the 70s, we actually did most of our sign selling through dealers. Now we have direct selling through the internet or through our Oatman operation. But once in a while, I still set up dealers. I have an Ace Hardware store right down here in Bullhead City that the guy called me the other day and he wanted me to bring in a display. So this is a sign display that I'm actually gonna take down and deliver later on today, actually. So this will kind of give you an idea. We put this one at the top just so people know what it's all about. And then I added a few signs in there. And I took one down the other day and he wanted a second one because it's a very big store. So he wanted one at the front counter and the back counter so he can sell in the front and the back. And he was real happy with it. So that's just an idea, guys. What? Oh, I guess that's about it. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna make another video right away and get it posted. A couple more. We have a big announcement coming, so stay tuned. We'll be right back to you. Have a great one.